Hi, Maggie Ostara here with a new video series just for you. The general topic is, what can human design do for you and why should you care? This is video number 1 on making the most of your energy. What do I need to realize my potential and maximize my freedom? This is a question that has inspired and driven me for many years. From back when I was at Columbia University as a women's and gender studies professor, studying African American women's literature and the literature of slavery, which we don't have chattel slavery in this country anymore, although there is slavery around in the world. But what has happened instead is that oftentimes the limitations and the chains even that we have gone inside. And so we are now in a project of liberating ourselves from the limiting beliefs that we have, the conditioning, the programming, the cultural mores that would tell us about how to behave, what is right, what is wrong. And human design is an incredible tool for helping us to liberate ourselves. I invite you to believe nothing and to entertain possibilities. This is something that I learned from Caroline Casey years ago, and I have used as one of my ways of being in the world. And it has really helped me to not be resistant or reactive or to push things away, but to be like, what if this might just be true? So let me just share a couple of things about myself. Some of you know me well, some of you I'm brand new to. So I am Maggie Ostara. I am a certified human design specialist, level 3, soon to be level 4. And I have had 4 different businesses over the last 20 years since I left my job at Columbia. And I have been quite successful in those businesses, from network marketing to being in the healing arts as a clarity breathwork practitioner, being a business coach, and working as a consultant as an online marketing and education expert. So I've done a bunch of different things, and all of them have the through line of that one question, which is, how do I maximize my potential and liberate myself even more? And the reason that I got so excited about human design and why I want to bring it to you is that in the last incarnation that I had as a business coach, I had a $500,000 business, and I had 40 clients and 2-year-long coaching programs going. And I loved what I was doing. I loved my clients. I loved my teaching. And I got really, really burnt out. And it wasn't the first time I'd gotten burnt out. I've gotten burnt out a number of times. I was burnt out at Columbia. I got burnt out in network marketing. I got burnt out doing the healing arts. And so I started to really question, why is it that I keep getting burnt out? Because I'm someone who has a lot of energy, a lot of intention, and I have achieved a lot. And yet it's come at a great personal sacrifice or great personal cost to me. And the first time human design came across my path, I actually dismissed it out of hand because I'm an Aries sun in astrology. And my understanding is that it is my job to initiate. When I came across human design and discovered that I'm a generator and I'm not designed to initiate, I was like, what is this? This is crazy. This can't possibly be true. And that's before I burned out the last time. So then after I did, I just thought, well, it must be something different than I thought, because it's not just about overwork. It's not just about, working too many hours or not taking enough time off, although that was a component as well. And so the next time human design came around and I learned I was a generator and I'm actually designed to respond rather than initiate, I thought, well, why don't I believe nothing and entertain possibilities? And what has happened over the last few years as I've done that is my life has completely changed and everything has become easier. I've learned to move with my energy rather than against it. I've learned to listen and to have much more faith than I did before. And as I have come more into alignment with my design, as I've learned how to utilize my assets and to turn my liabilities and my conditioning into even more assets, it's as if the energy is flowing so fast, I feel like I'm running to catch up with it. And this is something that I have always known was possible, I think, but wasn't really able to live, at least not fully. So I want to bring that to you. Okay, so today we're going to talk about energy. And we're going to talk about how can you maximize your energy, how can you make the most out of your energy, how can you know when you're utilizing your energy effectively and when you might be burning yourself out or on the road to doing that. And you might, if you're one of those people who feels like you often don't have enough energy, you might be surprised to know that some people really have too much energy. And I have to say, I was one of those people where I sometimes didn't know how to manage all of the energy that I had. And there's quite a few people who are like that, and we'll talk about that today. And there's other people who don't have enough energy, either because they're not designed to have so much energy, and that's true. Some people are designed that way. Or it might be because they've really fried themselves and not understood why. So I want to invite you to entertain this possibility today. When you engage with life in alignment with how your energy flows, you'll have all the energy you need for what's important to you. When you work against how your energy flows, you not only waste your energy, you actually use your energy against yourself. Okay, let's think about this for a moment. Not only do you waste your energy, but you actually use your energy against yourself. So think about this as kind of paddling upstream, if you will. The difference between paddling upstream, in a canoe, working hard, versus being in a raft and just floating downstream and allowing your energy to buoy you. And that's both your own personal energy, the vitality that is in your physical body and your energy body. And it's also the energy of your destiny, the energy of your soul, the energy of how you are a part of, the cosmic plan, if you will, and what your role is in that. And when you're in alignment with that, and it's one of the things that human design can show you, then you have the whole energy of source, of the universe behind you. And you're not just relying on your own personal energy. And I think that that's one of the things that I have really learned is that even though I'm someone with a lot of personal energy, it's not infinite. It's not infinite. And yet the energy that I can tap into, which is the energy of the all that is, the energy of source, is infinite. As Abraham Hicks likes to say, it's the energy that creates worlds. And when we can tap into that, everything changes. Okay, I want to share with you some slides of human design charts or body graphs. It's actually a portion of the chart. And people have different types of energy, different types of design that will show some of the pieces what I'm talking about whether or not you have energy and how you utilize it and what types of energy. Okay, here we go. So this person is a generator. What makes them a generator is that red square down at the bottom of the chart. And this person has all 4 motors that are in the chart. If you take a look here, everything that is colored in is a motor. So to give you a little orientation to the chart in general, the parts that are colored in are what we call defined. That means those energies that are in the chart, you have ongoing, ready, reliable access to those energies at all times, pretty much at all times. And you have a pretty consistent and a relatively fixed way of understanding those energies. The parts that are white in your chart, you also have access to. Everyone has the whole chart, but you will experience it differently because you will be taking in those energies from other people and amplifying them. Now, I want you to know that there is nothing bad in the chart. Sometimes people will look at their chart and they'll go, there's all that white stuff that I don't have. That's actually not the way that it works. You have it, it's just that you're going to experience it differently than someone who has it colored in. A lot of times also people think, oh, but that's bad that I'm taking on someone else's energy. It's not necessarily bad. It can be if that person's energy is really funky, right? Or if it feels like it's really penetrating you in a way that you don't like. Or if you're feeling particularly sensitive and you don't want a lot of energy around you, there can be reasons why it might not feel so good to you. And everyone needs to have time when they're away from other people to allow the other people's energy to drain out of them. And depending on how much you have defined and how much you have open, you will need more or less time away from other people in order to be able to do that. Okay, so this person has a lot of energy and a lot of power because, like I said, she has all 4 of the motors defined. You don't necessarily have to know what they are, but all of the engines, if you will, in the chart are defined in her chart, which means she has consistent, ongoing, ready, reliable access to all of these energies. This is the will center is the little triangle here towards the center of the chart. The red square, as I mentioned before, is what makes her a generator. It's the center of life force energy. It's super potent. It's the most powerful motor in the chart. Right below that is the root, which is actually a relatively soft motor. It does have an on and off type of feature, but it's not a super powerful one. And then there is, over here is the emotional solar plexus, which has this beautiful, wonderful, emotional, creative energy. Okay, so this person also is a generator. You can see there is this red square here down at the bottom. And this person has a channel here, the checkerboard that is coming up on the left and going directly to the throat. That's what makes this person a manifesting generator. There is a connection between what we call a motor, one of those 4 centers that we were looking at a moment ago, going up to the throat, and this brown square up towards the top is the throat. And we say in human design that the name of the game is getting energy to the throat. So this person has got the most powerful motor in the chart directly connected to the throat. So there's tremendous life force energy going directly to the throat of this person. And they also have it's multiply defined. Whenever there's a checkerboard, it means that shows up more than one time in your chart. And so that means it's extra powerful. It's extra, I mean, it's really something that is extra strong for you. So this person, as a manifesting generator, and this can be the case for manifesting generators, is likely to be busy, 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 busy. So this 34 here, which you can see is coming off the upper left-hand corner of that red square, is known as the busy gate. People who have this defined can get a lot done. They can really get a lot done. They have a ton of energy. They can be very busy, and they can get a lot done. And it's very fast. And so the energy going up to the throat here is very fast. The downside of this is that this person can be very busy doing lots of things and can be scattered, cannot be focused, can be managing lots and lots of different things. And this person is designed to multitask. They're designed to have multiple projects. So if you have this, know if somebody has told you you should really focus and just do one thing, it's actually not what you're designed to do. But the reason that someone may have said that to you is that it's possible that you've been scattered. Because when you have this much energy, you can be busy, 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 but also scattering your energy. So you want to be paying attention to that and notice and be able to focus a bit more. Now, this person has the emotional solar plexus over here defined, which is that brown triangle over to the right. Now, ideally, having that center defined is going to help this person slow down a little bit, because this emotional energy is best respected and utilized when you are able to take some time. You're able to be patient. You're able to slow down a little bit. So it's possible that could help this person to slow down that super busy energy and be able to utilize it more effectively. This is the type of person who can be a little bit more managed by their energy than them managing their energy, because it is so fast and it is so powerful. I have done business consulting with people who have this energy, and sometimes it has been difficult for me to get them to really kind of slow down and pay attention and go a little bit more step by step, because this type of person tends to skip steps. They tend to be like, I'm moving forward, I'm going fast, I don't want to slow down, I love this powerful energy and I'm going to run with it. And that can be great at times, but it can also lead you off the tracks because you're going a little bit too fast. Isn't that what happens when a train is coming down a hill a little too fast and they fly off the tracks? If we go back to this slide, this person can also be a little bit managed by their own energy because, like I said, they have so much power. This is the type of person that when they walk into the room, other people are going to notice them. Other people are going to feel them kind of going, wow, 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 with their energy because it's so much. It's radiating so much. The color parts of your chart are the part where you're really sending out a signal like a radio station. They're going to be radiating out this energy, and the white parts are where you're going to be more receptive. It's more like a satellite dish where you're bringing in. So for this person, she's really radiating out this energy very, very powerfully, and other people are going to feel that. And so this person might sometimes have been told, you're too much, your energy is too big, I feel overwhelmed when I'm around you, and it's because she has so much power. What I want to say to that person is, you're not too much, you're not too big, don't worry too much about what other people say, but also notice how you can modulate potentially your energy when you're around some other people. Just see if there's a way that you can be attuned to that and give them space if they need it, and be careful not to be throwing your energy, because sometimes when a person like this isn't managing her own energy and it's managing her, it can go outward in a super powerful way and it might not feel that great to people. So she's going to have to learn how to manage all that energy. This person needs to manage this really, really fast energy that she's got, and be able to modulate it. And again, that emotional solar plexus can help slow that down. But she also is going to need to just learn how to take some breaths, make sure she's in her body, and notice where her energy is going. Now, this person is a manifester. Manifestors are the only type, a human design type, who is designed to initiate. Generators are not designed to initiate. We need to work in response. And you can imagine if you have the amount of power that that first person had that I showed you, or the busyness of the second person, where it might feel like you might have a lot of energy to want to initiate. But really the power for those people is in response, not in initiating. So for this person who is a manifestor, what makes this person a manifestor, you notice she does not have her red square defined down here. It's not, or the square is not red, so it's not defined. But she's got two motors. The will center here is a motor, and also the emotional solar plexus. Both of them have direct lines up into the throat. So that makes her a manifestor. So she's also an energy type, like a generator, because she does have defined motors, and in this case the motors are going directly to the throat, and so that gives her manifesting power, gives her manifesting energy. When you have a direct motor to the throat and you don't have the sacral defined, that makes you a manifestor, and it makes you be able to manifest. This person also, if you notice, also at the very top here, from the green triangle, this is called the ajna. She has two other channels defined coming directly from the ajna into the throat. So not only does she have this power coming up from her emotions and from her will, but she also has this information coming down from her ajna into her throat. So she has a lot going for her in terms of being able to express herself, to be able to create what she wants in the world, to have power behind that, to have both willpower and emotional power and creativity. So she's really got a lot going for her here. She might sometimes feel a little confused as to whether or not she wants to be using the energy from the motors down here, or if she's bringing in the energy more from her ajna, which is going to be more like information, data, analysis, that kind of thing. And so when she can learn how to dance with the energy that's coming up from below and the energy that's coming down from above, and be able to tune into right timing about which she should use when, she has got everything she needs to be able to create really whatever she wants in her life. Now, this type of person, because they do not have a defined sacral, they also need to be able to take time on their own, so that, because most of us are generators, 70% of us are generators. And so this person is going to be around other generators. And so she's going to be picking up that generator energy and amplifying it. And she can ride on that energy. It can be really exciting. It can be enthusiastic. It can be very juicy. But it will fry her if she stays with it for too long. So she's going to really need to take time away so that that energy can drain out of hers, because it's not hers. Okay, so let's move on to the projector. So the projector, about 20% of the population are projectors, and you'll see that this person does not have their the sacral defined, right? So the square down here at the bottom of the chart is white, it's not red. So this person is not a generator. But this person does have 3 of the other motors defined, okay? None of them make it to the throat, so that's why she's not a manifester. It's what makes her a projector, but she does have energy, okay? She does have energy because she has 3 motors. We call this person a 3-motor projector. And so this person definitely is not an energy type the way a manifester is or a generator is, but they do have a fair bit of energy because she's got 3 motors defined. You'll notice that she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of her centers are open. 6 of them are white, which means that she's going to be bringing in a lot of energy from other people and amplifying it. Now, the thing about that, this person is going to need to have time alone where she can drain out other people's energy. But it also means that she can take in information from other people. She can be very sensitive, so she can be empathetic. She can know how to connect with other people, know how to guide other people. Projectors are said to be guides for generators. That's one of the purposes of projectors, is to be here to guide us. And it's because they can have so much wisdom from being able to be receptive and to feel the energies of other people. That's one thing, the empathetic quality that this person has. The other is that because she's taking in energy from other people, she's going to experience those energies very differently depending on who she's around. So she can become very wise from taking in those energies differently throughout her life when she becomes aware of those different qualities. Now, the downside of this is it's also the place where you can become more conditioned, where you can be more imprinted by culture, by other people, by experiences. And so it's really vital for a person like this to be able to take time on her own and to drain out other people's energies. And also, if she notices that there are ways that she's being held back, or she's got negative thinking, or she's got limited beliefs, that she's also able to be releasing them out of all of these open centers that she has. But she does have quite a bit of energy. And so for her, she's going to want to be able to utilize her will, her emotions, and her root in the best way possible. But she's also going to need to rest. She's going to need to take time on her own, and she's going to need to rest. Here we've got another projector, but you'll notice this projector does not have, again, that red square is not red. it's a white. So the sacral is not defined. And you'll notice that she doesn't have any of the motors defined. Okay, so this is what we call a no motors projector. This person is not going to have anywhere near the same kind of energy as generators do, or manifestors do, or even the type of projector that we just saw a minute ago who had 3 motors. This person is going to be picking up a lot of energy from other people. You can see she's got 7 of the 9 centers not defined. So again, she's going to be very sensitive, just like the other projector. She's going to pick up from others. She's going to be able to feel what's going on for them. Those are all assets for her. But she's also going to need to really take time away and let that energy drain out of her system. Because for a person like this, it can be very seductive to want to take on the energy of other people and amplify it, whether it's generators or manifestors, people who have those power centers defined. But if she does that too much, Like if she's in a place where she's working a lot with people who have those energies, she can completely fry her circuits. And sometimes people who have this kind of a design can, by the time they're 40 or 50, they can be completely fried. So this type of person is not designed to have a 40-hour work week or a 50-hour work week, not at all. This is a person who's designed to work maybe 20, maybe 30 hours a week, and also to have more control over her schedule so that she can definitely have rest time and time away from other people so that she can come into alignment with herself. She does have the head and the ajna defined, and she does have information coming in through all of the top part of the head. And so she's got a lot of really great information coming in, and she's designed to be very wise. She's got a lot of ideas coming in. And so this person has a lot of wisdom, has a lot to share, and her energy is very strong in those areas. And she can get stuck in her head a little bit. This is where she wants to be careful not to let those override her and let her head take over, because it could in this scenario. But she also has a tremendous capacity to really be wise. And then our final type is the reflector. This is a type that has none of the centers defined. You'll notice that this person also has a lot of the gates are defined, right? Which is the red and the black parts of the chart. And so this person definitely has a definition, but not in the centers. So this person is extremely receptive, very sensitive, takes on other people's energy and amplifies them. And the reason that this type is called a reflector is that it is able to reflect the people that she's around. So it's super important for a person with this kind of design. And this is a relatively rare design. It's about 1% of the population. But when we've got 7 billion people on the planet, it's still a lot of people. It's really important for this person to be around the right community, to be in the right family, to be in the right home, to be in the right work situation, to, everything around them to be right, because they're going to take it in, they're going to amplify it, and they're going to reflect it back. And it can feel very uncomfortable to this person when they're not in the right relationship, if they're not working in the right place, or they're not in the right community. So that's something that is really, really vital for this person. This person may or may not have a fair amount of energy depending on the people that she's around. Again, she's going to need time on her own to be able to let other people's energy drain out of her. Her definition in the red and the black parts of her chart, which are the gates, are going to have a lot to say about other aspects of who she is. But this is, again, not an energy type, going to take energy in from others and amplify it and then reflect it back. And so this is the type of person who can really be, it's kind of like the person who is letting the whole community know how it's doing, because she's taking it in and reflecting it out. And so when you have a person like this in your community, how well that person is doing is going to tell you a lot about how your community is doing. Okay, so let's return to the mantra of believe nothing, entertain possibilities. This is a little bit of a dropping in to kind of some of the key components of energy in the chart, particularly in relation to the centers. Just want to let you know, if you want to find out more about my current offerings, and this is for September 2019, so if you're seeing this later, this isn't going to be up to date. You can go to yoursoulsdesign.com/Sostara offerings SEP19. And the one thing I just want you to know is that I do have a special for September of $100 off a foundational reading or any reading, and $500 off the Living Your Design coaching program. And if you don't already have your human design chart, then you can go to yoursoulsdesign.com/human design chart, and you can give me your birth info and I will get you your chart. I am currently doing introductory readings. I'm not going to always be doing those, but you can check in and see if I'm doing them. And if I'm not doing them right when you're getting your chart or you're tuning into this, I may be doing them later on. So I will have you on the list of people who are interested in that. All right, so I will see you on the next video.